Yep. So it is a wonderful day, and the bricks and gutters and things are supposed to arrive this morning. So we're just quickly replanting some of the old pits that we changed from the traditional way of planting to our new way of planting, deeper, straight down pits. And we'll be planting corn and beans and sunflowers in these ones, all very useful crops, and see what happens. We don't have a lot of time doing that because I want the guys to start with the foundations, digging the foundations and getting the things ready for the water tanks on the house. So the bricks has arrived just now, and we started clearing all the things next to the house. Imms, pick up that thing, let me see. Or leave it, it's fine. This is what we found underneath the wood next to the house. This thing is quite poisonous. That's not your friend. So this is basically midday. Cement has arrived, the gutters have arrived, and our foundations are coming along quite well. So I wasn't here when they dug them, but it doesn't look too bad. 400 by 600 is what we are doing, and then we're doing a 400mm foundation at the bottom, and then that will then be expanded 2 meters that way and 2 meters that way. So we'll still have to move this pipe as well. It is a bit of a hectic foundation that we're putting in, but if you take into account, if we just put a 5,000 liter tank up here, that's 5 tons lying on top of the soil. We want to make sure that we don't have any cracks. So apparently this is called a sun shower in English. In our language we call it Jakkelstrou met wolfse vrou. Jackal is marrying the wolf's wife. I don't know why, but we have even songs about it. Now I'm quickly going to... No, I can't go out in the rain, but maybe just a little bit. With the camera I'll try to hold my hand over. You can see the sun is shining clearly and the rain is falling strongly. I want to see, we just placed these new gutters, and
it's raining!
Okay, they all was crazy. Anyway, so we placed these new gutters. We couldn't find brackets to fit, and so we made them. We made the brackets with these things, like that. Okay, but I'm gonna get this camera in the house now, quickly. Okay, so the rain just came and went, and quickly you can hear the thunder still in the rain, but I want to show you, we ended up placing some garden refuge that was lying below a kina tree. Okay, yeah, you can see the rain falling there in the distance and the thunder, so hopefully we'll get some rain still. It's very nice lighting out as well. Anyway, so we placed some leucaena tree seeds, and somebody asked me in the comments that I show them what happened there. Look at that yellow finch. It's behind the wall there. I hope you can see that. Very nice. Okay. We ended up not taking the rubble out. Well, we started taking the rubble out, but we definitely did not finish it. So you'll still see some plastic and some tiles and some what's in there, and we will take it out, I promise. Everything takes time. Everything, I realize, takes a lot more time than what you think it's going to take. And so today we made a bit of progress. We dug the foundation, we got the gutters, we got the cement, we hung 2 gutters, had brackets, didn't fit, bought brackets, that new brackets that they said would fit still didn't fit the roof. and then we ended up manufacturing our own. So all of these little Leucaenas here have perished. Now I knew that would happen, I'm okay with that. People asked that I should transplant them, but I thought that planting a seed in a bottle rather than transplanting a small seed like this would have a bigger chance. So I spend more time planting seeds in bottles. Millipedes, there's a, I think it detrivorous. I learned the word yesterday. Detrivorous is animals that eat dead plant matter. So this is one of them. They eat they eat plant matter. Look at all those legs going in plant matter and then return that into soil. Okay, so those ones are dead, but I was actually here this morning and I saw some alive, but now where are they? Ah, there you go. Alright, so they are a bit hidden, but you can see there they are. The rain is softly falling. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or hear it falling. But this is the perfect place for a Leucaena seed to hatch or to germinate, below shrubs in organic matter. A little bit protected from the sun, a little bit protected from the rain, and then lots of moisture below. So I think this pile might definitely give us our next big parts of Leucaena seeds. Now there was a time that I wasn't here to measure. I had to run to the office, and then there was a time we were up and down. We had to go fix clients' things. The guys that helped me put on the gutters, also the guys that helps me with handyman things. So we had to go fix people's toilets and taps and things like that. 2 different leaks that ended up being 4 different leaks at 2 different houses. So Lucas had some time and he went on here digging deeper pits. While I wasn't here, Emmanuel dug the foundation, little bits of foundation, and then I came back, I measured. But by the time I measured the rest of the foundation for him, it was already a little bit too late, so he didn't finish it all yet. Okay. There's still some shallow ones and still some deep ones, so we're making progress. I wonder if we can see somewhere how much rain we got. I think I should kick one of these things over. Hold on. Okay, no. We can't do it there because I think we watered there yesterday or the day before. Let's have a look and see if there's somewhere on the swale where we can just dig a hole with a stick and see how much rain we got over the last 24 hours. Guess there really isn't that much. And I'll clear this, but it's basically just the top layer that's wet. Everything looks nice and wet, I must say, but it's not. Let's see if we cannot get a better view here. There you can see. Right, but many of these plants are adapted to this. So these weeds, for instance, they thrive in these conditions. Just a little bit of moisture, and they grow. And then the interesting thing about prickly pears is they have a thing called a rain root. I learned this recently, and the root can grow by so much a day, I think, when it's wet, and it grows, and then as soon as it dries out, it dies back. And so it shoots out these roots in all different directions just after the rain, and grabs water and then dies back, which is, I think, quite a cool feature. Let me just scan the sky for you quickly. This is really promising, eh? I have to go to my kickboxing class now. Every time I have to go, I really don't want to go, and then every time I'm busy with it, I'm very glad I did it. Okay, so I wanted to end my video there, but obviously that's not gonna happen. I actually don't know what's going to be at the end of this video. Night is falling, rain is coming. Obviously these gutters still need to be tied and fixed and so on. You can already see the amount of rain that they will capture once that happens. This is crazy rain. This is going to be hectic. Okay, so I had to quickly bring the kids in. They are the first session of kickboxing. I'm driving back to the farm and I'm free. These children are crazy. Show you that Lucina that broke off. Lucinas do that. Don't kick me. And all the water rushing down the street and out of town. Imagine Brad Lancaster's system here. How much green we would have been able to add in the street with all the water running down here. So it works like that. I drop them there and then they will stay there for the next half an hour or so, and then they will walk to the kickboxing that's just around the block, all of them together in a bunch. There's about 10 of them, so they'll be safe. And I just quickly want to show you how much water is running out of our town here. This runs down there and then out into the wilderness. But I also want to show you some of these things in front. Now you can see. Let me pause the camera and show you in front there quickly. Okay, so I'm rushing back to the plot to measure or to document how much water we get in the swales. Here you can see this capturement here is actually part of my plot's capturement. The water that falls in here, if you look at the map of Beshy that's in the description, you'll see there's a small river coming from the one side. Now this river that we're passing through here runs into that dam, and once that dam overflows, then that, check how the water is rushing in here. This is such a bad idea to drive with the car through this. Anyway, so if it wasn't for that dam, all of that water would have ended up in my land. And then this is the entrance to Good Hope. I couldn't take the shortcut because the shortcut will now be washed away. Okay, so there's water coming in here. This goes into the big river that's part of my catchment. And then once it fills up the big dam, that almost never happens, that then goes into my land. I think it happened maybe in the last 4 years, it happened once. But this place here, when it really rains, fills up for about 200 meters wide, and then the water runs into that dam. Major dam. So there's about three rivers here converging, you can almost say. Let's see where this car comes through so I can see if I can go through there. Okay, so let's go through here. Okay, and then I'm going to pause and show you interesting things along the way. Okay, so this is still water rushing towards my land. Now this is stopped by that big dam. That is one of the reasons why I'm so grateful that people have got some water harvesting structures or dams above my land, because deserts or dry places flood. If it wasn't for these water harvesting structures above my land, there would have been nothing I could have done to keep from washing away. None of my structures would hold this kind of water back. I mean, even with the water we get just now, with these water structurings, my systems only just makes it. So it's such a good thing when there's more people above you. Now this is a couple of kilometers away from me, but still, it really does help. Again, this is, I hope I'm standing in the way of people, but let me show you this quickly. I'm actually at a blind spot here, so I should hurry. But this is the amount of water rushing over the road. Again, would have rushed into my land. But just imagine if these people there had some water harvesting structures, how much of this water would have been able to stay on the land longer. So I hope you don't mind the drive and stop as we last thing I want is to get stuck. But drive and stop while I show you what the roads look like. when we go to the plot after it rains, but it's quite nice. All of this is water rushing down out of the landscape, eroding the roads. Check how it's eroding those roads over there. No, okay. Here you turn the right. Now on my right, in that big dam, that is an area where they want to put up a game lodge, or a nature lodge. So on that big dam, on the wall, they want to build those structures, houses and things like that. And then on my left, these are people with land like mine. This is a electrical engineer over here. See how the water is rushing out of their land as well. Can you feel there? Okay, this is quite a wealthy family from town. They also have absolutely no water harvesting structures. They have loads of antelope, but so many that the land is completely barren. These guys on my left here now, they tried to farm traditionally there. That didn't work, and they overstocked the land with animals and things. You can see how the water washed away on the left already. Before I was here, you can see there's a lot of erosion that happened already. A lot of rain that washed away. I really cannot wait to see the swales. I'm going to pause just for a second again. So this you can have a look at. On my left, there is a stream, and that stream goes to my neighbor on top of me. That fills up his dam. And then on the right, that little stream there, but it doesn't show a lot of a stream, but that water then goes to my land. Let me show you his capturement quickly. Now this is one of the ones that he was so ashamed to build because he didn't want to capture the water coming to my land. But I was so grateful that he did. Check how much water he's capturing here. And since he did this, I told him to do it, and since he did, he never ran out of borehole water. His reservoirs never dried up again. But you can see how much water is filling up into that pond there. All the water run off from the neighbors on top. And so he's got two of these filling up, and both of them are recharging his water, and he never ran out of borehole water again since he made this. Okay, so I have to go park the car, but here you can see the water rushing into my swale. Now it's not as much as there on top, but as I was driving out, there was a storm. I had to concentrate on driving because I had plenty of kids in the car, so I couldn't film as well. But this is now the entrance to our swale. So let me go park the car and let's go explore. Okay, so I have to slow myself down. I want to start at the African Smiles. See what we get there. I hope you're okay with exploring with me. I'm not gonna have time to walk through and prepare the video or anything like that. Just have to shoot from the hip, as one say. Okay, let's Damien's forest. Let's see what we've got. Wonder where those bags are coming from. Okay, this looks good. Mango plants, custard apples, water in this dam. Wonder where those bags comes from. Probably what the guys used to cut grass. Water still rushing in here into this dam from the African Smiles. So that means those African Smiles all filled up. That is a good thing. That is a wonderful thing. You can see here the little Zai planting pits all filled up as well. So water rushing after filling up all the smiles, rushing out there. Let's see what's happening here. Here you can see the water has already started to go down, sink in after the Zai pits. The levels on these things always amaze me. See, there's no water rushing out there. all the water is rushing towards the correct places. And all of these were little water holes. This is now that muffin tin effect that I always talk about. You want to have your land shaped like a muffin tin, where the water falls into little holes, doesn't matter where they go. Okay, so this is not as much as a rush as the previous time, but still, this is just enough. Okay, so water comes, I'm going to explain the system quickly. Water comes from the road there. Let's go quickly. Captures the water there from the road. See, this swale is about to get breached. We'll fix that tomorrow. It goes all the way around, around, and then come back here. So this is part of that swale. It just makes a little like U-y thingy. Comes back over here, then fills this swale up. This is the run over, that runs over, and then in turn fills this African smile, that African smile, and all of them in sequence. That one fills that one fills the one below. And because of all the vegetation now, you can't see the holes anymore. Shucks. Stepped in a hole. Anyway, okay, so here you can see the muffin tin effect again. Fantastic. And then here you can see more holes. Okay, here. Now there's a bit of hiccup. We can fix that, I think, with the hand. This one fills up. Should actually fill up this one here as well. But something happened here. I think the guys planted something here or something. Let's just open it with the hand a little bit. That's why you should always run in the rain with a shovel. So I think that's the one rule of running in the rain. You should have a shovel, so you can fix little things like this. And then there's it. That's eye pit. Fills up this eye pit and is now going to fill up. It's very slippery. And doesn't help if I close it again by falling. It's now going to fill up this eye pit below here as well in the next couple of minutes. We're not going to wait for that. Let me go show you the top swale quickly. Let me just see the bubbles bubbling out there. Elephant grass, they like the rain. And then the mulberries, they've got their feet dry, but they will never have to be watered again in their whole lives. This water capturing system will feed this forest forever and ever. Okay, I'm gonna switch the camera off. Let me just go around quickly, and then, you know what, let me keep the camera on. If you want to forward bits, you can, you're welcome. If you want to explore with me, you're welcome. It's just then gonna be a little bit of a longer video. Walk through here, walk over. These shoes will never be the same again. Feels like I'm walking in water boots. Okay, let's go. Duckies, I think the duckies are enjoying life. This little pit grabbed its water. Fertility pits would also have grabbed water, but because of their construction below, you would not be able to see it. The water would just simply sink into the worm compost. Okay, I think let's do the river quickly. I think this rain was more local. It would not have affected the river that much. I don't know. Okay, so this is the borrow pit where we get construction sand from. That is filled up. The river I don't think is running, but it would make little puddles. Oi, oi. It might actually make a great movie if I now fall my ass off here in front of you guys. I'm not willing to sacrifice myself for that though, so you'll have to watch. Let me just concentrate here before I throw my phone into the bushes and scream like a girl. Okay. Walking in, walking down. There is a little bit of water running in the river. So this is how it starts. I never sure who enjoys it more, the kids or the dogs that are in there, really. Buxy especially. The one behind me, his name is Buxy. He really does enjoy it. He normally starts barking, but then I'll have to chase him home, so he doesn't ruin my video. You can see here, it ran quite a bit. Such a shame I missed this. I had to get the kids to town for the kickboxing. Thing is, it was not only my own kids, it's also other people's kids, and all of them do the kickboxing thing. And so I was the designated driver for them. Right. Okay, yeah. Cool, here's something nice, here's something special. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the back of the tire construction. You can see not really a lot of water coming out here. And then you see that was what I was scared of, Buxy scream, barking. And then here, it's always in this area where the mupani flies, these little bee thingies, mupani flies, keeps on bothering me. Here you can see how the water has pooled. A lot more than on the other side. So this actually really does hold it up. Okay. Let's, almost. It's clay and the shoes isn't a great combination. Yeah, let's see what the water does here. This little makeshift thing also pulls up a bit. You can see here, from there makes a little pool. All of these pools don't look like a lot, but they add up. If you think you're not holding water back, doesn't have an effect, just hold back a little and see on your land what changes. Okay, so the water didn't come back, but I know the swale on top is going to be something very special. That's going to be very special, because I saw the water rushing in there. There's also water that is running into my land slowly. Now obviously not one drop of this water coming into my land will leave. There's no way. It will, all of this will go into the soil. Okay, let me pause, I'll run to the top swale. Let me take you from there. Okay, you are going to see it with me. Just a little jog there. Across the swale, let's see what we can see. Aha! I love it when the plan comes together. So this is the highest point of the swale. Just look at this. This is amazing. And here you can see the little muffin pan thing is in effect. All of these things completely filled with water. And here you can see the swale filled up. Nice. This is so nice. This is so wonderful. Okay. I wonder if it crossed that little one-way valve of mine. But this whole gully is filled up all the way to the back. You can see here. This is right and deep. This is the first time this year that I've seen it this full. It's not the first time it's been full. I just never had the privilege. Okay, now I have to cross this thing. And not drop my phone. It's not my best phone, it's my only phone. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah. Okay, nice and full this is. Full this is. Now there's a one-way valve in the swale that makes it go. It needs to overflow before the rest of the swale fills up. I call it a one-way valve because it's a little bump in the swale. Once the water goes that way, it can't go back. But obviously it also stops it from coming here. I'm sad about this. I think I should maybe just dig a little thing in here, and we should maybe have a swivel pipe in here in the future. See, all of that water could have been in this well now. I think I'll do that quickly. I'm gonna fix that. Let me get some help. So Moremi's gonna fix that. I'm gonna shout at him. Well, no, that doesn't sound right. I shouted at him asking him to bring a shovel. So he's going to bring a shovel. I quickly want to show you the bottom swell. Obviously this thing didn't come, this water didn't come from the top swell yet. And obviously the swell isn't completed yet. But this is as effective as a half a built structure can be. So Moremi is on his way. I just quickly want to run more, show you more. These are the little beaver dam thingies we built in this wash. They did well. They're not as needed anymore, but they did well. That side, Moremi. I'm coming there. Okay. And then this is the other wash. Also keeps back a lot of water. Now obviously if that top swell starts filling up and running over, then it's all new ball game. Then all of this changes as well. Okay, so this is the top swell. Now I'm going to break my one-way valve, let the water just rush in, and then soon I'll place like a swivel pipe in there to make it work. Okay, Moremi, thank you for coming. I want you to please remove the swell here. See that water there?
Yeah, this one.
I want it to run in here, so there's like a little ditch from there to there. Thank you. Okay, and then let me show you. This is a swell that I dug by eye and not by dumpy level, so Lucas dug by eye. And then when we got here, it was about a week later, I got hold of a dumpy level and realized that the swell should have been down there. And so it actually worked out okay. It spreads out this water quite good. Okay, so here you can see how much water fell. Not that much, but it ran by the speed at which it came made it run fast enough to run over quite a bit. Zay. Thank you, Moremi. Okay, I'm gonna walk around the ditch as well while Moremi finishes this. You can see, yeah, the water's going to run into the main swell now. There it's now connecting. So what we'll do is we'll put a swivel pipe from somewhere there to there. What I want is I want the water to fill the dam up, then fill the swale up, but after it's filled the swale up, I don't want it to drain back into the dam. once the dam starts emptying, I want it to remain in the swale. That's why I had this one-way valve, but now I realize that if we don't get enough water, then only the dam fills up, and that's not gonna work. So I like it more. I mean, if you take more away from there, I think it will go faster. Yeah, on that side. Okay, let me walk around the wash quickly. I don't think I've shown you. I've often visited this area with you guys before. Loop hy mooi. Is it running fast? Sorry, need. Yeah. There you go. That makes a lot more sense. And the reason I want the water there is we planted quite a bit of things on that side of the swale and not so much on this side. So it just makes much more sense to have the water go this way. So apparently just after we left, the hail came and it kept the guys under the roof for a while, and that was quite interesting, I think. So yeah, it's filling up slowly. It's not often that you see a swale filling up at this speed.
Betsy's enjoying himself.
Running, and then it will start collecting and connecting these areas here. This is a little wash in front here. See that also brought a bit of water. Let me just cross the swale so I can walk. So there's a little bit of water there next to my repurposing yard. I actually found some gutters in that repurposing yard today that we can use for Lucas's house, so that cuts the budget a little bit as well. That water then will have to fill up this and goes in here. Shovel pipe, I've never used it. Now I need to check if I want to get my shoes dirty or not. I'm just going to use it just for the sake of using it, not because, obviously because it needs to be used. I'm so happy. This is so cool. I'm a simple creature, very easy to please. Okay, so back at the inlet again of this longer swale, and you can really see things starting to push up. Yeah, there you can see the amount of water that fell. Really wasn't that much. It's just the speed at which it fell and the fact that nobody else has got any water harvesting structure allows us to capture so much water. Now, it would have been better obviously if everybody on top of me had water harvesting structures, but that is the main reason why we have water. It's because nobody else has. Now, before I give you a misunderstanding, if everybody had water harvesting structures, the water in the soil would push up high enough so that we don't need water on top of the land. We would have been able to irrigate everything with groundwater. So yes, we are grateful for the water on top of the land that we can capture, but we would be it would have been much better if everybody put these permaculture principles into practice and everybody would just sink this water into the land. There's two chidlers that's left that didn't go to the kickboxing. You jump!
Yes, this.
Jump, child, jump!
I shall.
I'm going this way and then I'll walk in.
Jump, please. If you float, there's no thorns. Just jump. Don't step on stuff.
I'll gaan jou insert. Kom, ik ga jou insert.
Okay.
There you go. Is it warm?
Yes, it's warm. It's like a money. Yeah, it's
It's
like
warm. It's actually nice.
it's
I'm
very.
not going deeper.
What do you mean? All this for me.
Hey, do you like Come, Danu. Go, go, go.
You have to. Huh? How deep is it? Can
It's
I
like
fall?
Axton.
Can I fall?
Yes.
Oh! This is not warm.
Yes, it is.
It's warm.
It's warm. Maar die ligt echt aan dijk.
Ah.
Ah. Okay. One, two. Okay.
It's like an air.
Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
So I have to get ready for kickboxing. And there I'm stuck. No, there's no way that I'm going to get through this little car. I don't think so. Remember when I came in, I told you that sometimes when the river comes down, this is what it looks like. Hey. I think this is probably about 50 meters wide. And so, no kickboxing for me. How are you? Are you also scared? Everybody is scared. I don't think we're gonna get to town today. Thorns. I'm not sure I'm going to walk through this. This is a bad plan. This is a serious bad plan. I want to show you the flow though. How these rivers. The amazing thing about a Namibian river, or any river I guess in any desert, it can be nothing now, and then the next moment it's just water everywhere. Jeff Lawton often says that all deserts flood, but I don't think people understand that statement quickly, quite as well, how deep that is. There's no way my little car is going to pass through there. Yep. I'll have to wait. There's no kickboxing for me. Just to give you an idea of how strong this water is, or how much water there is here, and how stuck I really am. There, those cars over there, that is where the water stops running over the road. All of this is river. All of this is river. All the way to there. So I am so stuck. Extraordinarily stuck. Okay, so the bad thing about not being able to go to kickboxing is that the kids will have to stay for a while at their family in town until I can get out. That river will come down for maybe an hour or two. I would have missed my class, but I would get my kids back home tonight. And then I also, that's the bad thing. Good thing is I can edit now. Thing is I have to go do neighborhood watch. I would have had to go drive a neighborhood watch shift just after the kickboxing, so I would have only been able to start editing at 11 tonight. It's now just before 7, just over 7 I see, 7:15, and so I can edit now. And so that's the great thing. If I edit fast enough, then I can start editing before my shift starts, and I can get the video up before midnight tonight. So that's good. That is the end of my story. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow.